Today is February 18th, and spring training has started. Martians in Homer stands. Got 2 hurt elbows. Let's talk Yanks.
Talking Yanks with old Jomboy, Jake. Recaps galore, weekly awards, stat lines, team and hot takes. Get your Yankees news from these 2 fine dudes. It's time for Talking Yanks. Talking Yanks with old Jomboy, Jomboy and Jake. Talking Yanks with old Jomboy, Jomboy and Jake.
Hello and welcome to Talkin' Yanks. Thank you very much for joining us today. My name is Jimmy. His name is Jake. We got BBD producing in the corner. Spring training is, they haven't started games yet, but we're getting daily updates. We're getting videos of the guys walking in. We're getting quotes nonstop. There's just a ton to talk about, and we have got some legitimate updates. Stanton is injured. Wells is healthy but not ready yet. Other stuff. Jake, how do you do?
James Davis, a happy birthday
To DIdi Gregorius.
to you and DIdi Gregorius. Both of you 36. No, DIdi's young.
I think he's younger than me.
He's got to be younger.
Yeah,
right?
he's got to be younger than me.
DIdi's 34. Happy birthday.
Thank you very
How you
much.
feeling?
Older.
DIdi 35.
Okay.
Oh, hell yeah.
You guys could yuck yum.
Dr. Dre, his birthday.
Edit some pictures together.
John Travolta's birthday.
And you guys share the same
A knowledge of space.
knowledge of what's coming next.
Yes.
Uh,
Yoko Ono. No way.
No. Yeah,
Doritos reaction YouTuber.
I'm interested to see the next spring training steps. I guess it's probably when games happen because hopefully we're through the injury reveal. And this is Talking Yanks, so we don't have to talk about Frankie Montas cross town. Shelved. Oblique. Shocked by that one. Stanton, it's pretty wild. Because we're going to be talking about which way your elbows go. So tune in for that. And then, just
Jake
a little bit of cheese is coming.
Jake Cousins injury.
Yep.
Trent Grisham suffered a hamstring strain, but he's already cleared to start. So it was a couple weeks ago in training. He's already cleared. So I think his timeline's fine.
So is that just
He's
getting
already running.
just getting a little limelight?
I think that one is to mask whatever they're doing with Wells. See, we are honest. We didn't have to tell you about Grisham's injury
That was hurt.
because he's been cleared. But this next update, Wells is healthy, but he's not ready to swing yet. We'll talk about that later. Well, let's do Stan first.
Okay.
It's brought to you by SeatGeek, whole dang show. The Stan news is I'm not that concerned about it.
Okay.
Just from hearing Stan talk, I do think I have the tea leaves read, and I like where my brain took me on this journey of
Okay.
Stan's injuries. So
Walk me through it.
the update is that Giancarlo Stanton hasn't swung a bat in 3 to 4 weeks due to elbow issues in both arms. Now, it's tennis elbow or tendonitis in both elbows or slight tears in the tendons in both elbows. You get it from tennis, obviously, so that could be same as swinging a bat. Some people said bicep curls because you do that equally with both arms. Who knows? Stan has a long history of lower body injuries.
Right.
He got pitched to the face. That was an upper body injury, not really his fault, and a strained bicep that had him out 6 weeks in 2019. Now, this isn't new. They said he played through this last year. So that's where I'm not that concerned about it. He played through this last year, and he's just going to have to play through it. He's experiencing a very high level of pain. So far as the information they've put out, there's no, it's going to get better. Stan says I'm going to have to play through it.
Right.
I don't know the treatments. They can do some treatments to help it out as it goes, but he's been dealing with this for a while. Stan's quote was, "Look, tennis elbow, or whatever they call it, tears in your tendon. So when did it feel good? When did it feel bad? There's always a pain level. You got to deal with it. It's just the wisest point to give it time right now." I think what's happening here is Boone is like, hey, no DH in April, and Stan gets to rest and be good later on. Like, we recorded our PPP for Stan, and I'm going to give it away. But we basically, in our PPP, said they got to schedule a month off for Stanton.
Right.
Like, why not at this point? Who cares? I think they have. I think they're scheduling April off. That gives Boone admitted to us on this show, if you're over 30, he likes to rest you in April. Goldie and Judge now have DH available, and you can put Rice at first base to take reps. And I think if they were like, we need Stan in April, he would play through the pain like he's saying he did all last year. And they're just kind of saying, like, let's not. I don't know. I'm not saying I agree with this. I'm saying trying to get into the brains of the Yankees. Seems like they get the DH spot open in April, which really is something Boone likes.
Yeah, I don't think the Yankees are scared of that at all. I mean, Stanton's, again, not to reveal too much of the PPP, but yeah, we want him in October. He's proven it the past many times he's been out there in October that he is a threat. He won us the Guardians series. So, like, I guess the questions are maybe the same question Stanton has. Like, okay, say he sits out. If he were to sit out April, does the tennis elbow get progressively better? Is it just the same pain? Because then is it April off and August off? Like, is it a 2-month thing to reset the elbows? I don't really know. I just think it's funny that Stanton's numbers last year are wild. Excited for everyone to listen to the PPP and all the PPPs. Thank you, guys. They're like, 115 OPS plus after looking around the league. It's just a really weird stat line he had last year that, part of me wants to be excited for Ben Rice, who after last season when I, decompressing and looking at things, you're like, hey, if Ben Rice was a first-round pick and had those minor league stats, you'd be like, whoa, like Ben Rice is coming. But, they scouted him during COVID at a wiffle ball game or something like that. Isn't that the story?
Not a wiffle ball game. It was
Cashman's guy was...
It was COVID took away baseball.
Right.
So he was playing with all the college players in the area in upstate New York by his school in just like sandlot games.
Dartmouth.
And Yankees head of scouting, what's his name?
Oppenheimer's
son is playing like junior hockey in that town. And so Oppenheimer heard there's a bunch of college kids playing and then went and then sent scouts. So no one else was in on Rice. So I think he would have been a higher pick. But
if he got to play that
play
season
in college,
and have
basically.
tape.
Yeah.
So I want to be excited for Ben Rice. The only other thing with Stanton that this does freak me out a little bit is, his projections for next year that you guys know that we live by are a little scary just because everything all in, whether the injury history or the age or the weird stat line, like, I don't know. You start to get, okay, I believe in Stan in October. He's earned every right ever. The Yankees need help in the regular season.
Yeah.
Like, Soto was the second leg last year. Like, Stanton was third in the offense.
Glaber and then Stanton.
I mean, Stan's
in
year.
The postseason.
For the full season.
Stan's year was better than Glaber in the regular season.
Sure. But Glaber's second half
stretch
was very good. They also could use this as a way to get a guy like Dom Smith on the roster so they don't lose him after camp. Like, you break camp with someone like that, he might have opt-outs. I'm not sure if Dom Smith does. There's also reports that they're looking at Duvall or Mark Canna. Like 2 to 3 weeks ago, they had offers out, so maybe they're prepping on this. If you go to the AI, Google AI, it says moderate cases of tennis elbow can take 3 to 6 months to heal, and severe cases may require surgery and can take a year. So maybe they went the offseason thinking it was going to be one of them moderates. Turns out it's not. Now they're like, well, now it's surgery. Or maybe they got, 2 months, a month left of this moderate, and then it'll get better by that point. In the long run, I think the Yankees, who are very confident in their squad and their team, and I know like the fan base is very worried about the offense, and I agree with the fan base, and I also agree with the Yankees. I think they're good. I think they see pushing Stanton in April as just not wise,
Unnecessary.
and the benefits of being able to, put someone on the roster that you would lose anyway. They love playing that game, or getting Goldie off his feet, Judge off his feet in April as a benefit. So that's where, and maybe I'm coping, or maybe I've been fucking dissecting their quotes for 7 years, and I kind of think that's what they're doing.
Cope, bro.
They had like in Hokey Pokey, go check him out. Yeah. He said they asked Stan about like, will you be ready for opening day? Because he's not even swinging a bat, and he was just like, the answer was no without saying no. Right. Like the answer is like, no, we've already decided this. What was I can get the quote, but the way I heard it,
there's no need.
Was just like,
for Stan, I do think the Yankees. I don't know. The lineup, it's starting to get more and more interesting, man. It's starting to get more and more interesting. Because, all of a sudden, have we come to grips with Oswaldo being the everyday third baseman? Like, another winner, I think, in this Stanton news is DJ. Like, I think they're going to try to feed DJ at bats early on this year, which...
I think him and Oswaldo are going to platoon. For sure.
Yeah, but if the DH spot is open, like the Yankees want to talk themselves into DJ LeMahieu.
I don't think they do. They were going to DFA him at the end of last year, and they didn't. I think they're going to give him limited action, and I don't think they want to talk themselves into that. I think that he's going to platoon with Oswaldo, and he's going to have to really show. Like DJ as DH is crazy.
He used to roll that out.
Yeah, so Stan's quote is, I was dealing with it last year, so it was a manageable thing. We'll just give it as much time as possible before we've got to get rolling for a full year here. Sounds to me they're not really worried about this. They're just saying it's in our best interest to give it time before we go into, full-on maintenance.
Yes.
When these asked about opening, they said, we'll see how that goes.
Yeah. And it's just like, okay, so no, not even in the plans.
Don't care.
Yes. That's the Stanton news. The Wells update is the most bizarre thing I've heard.
Hims. Today's episode is brought to you by Hims. Fellas, life is stressful. You got plenty to worry about, and you don't need to worry about the bedroom. Hims provides access to treatments that can help you stay hard longer.
Woo!
Bang! Giving you the boost of confidence you need when the mood strikes. Hims is changing men's healthcare, providing you with access to affordable sexual men's health. Nice. Or sexual health. Treatments from the comfort of your couch. The process is 100% online. No need for uncomfortable doctor's visits. Start your free online trial. Visit hims.com/Yanks. HIMS.com/Yanks for your personalized ED treatment options. Man, the products mentioned are chewable compounded products which are not approved by or verified or safety effectiveness by the FDA. Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate restrictions apply. See website for details. Important safety information. Subscription required. Prices vary based on its product and subscription plan.
Hell yeah. That was
Hard.
That was a really good make, man.
Thank you.
Or the most Yankees thing I've heard.
Right.
He's healthy. Boone said he told Austin Wells he won't play him in exhibitions until around March 1st or so, because of the heavy workload last season. Even that I don't really bat too much of an eye at.
Right.
He's rookie. They went deep. They played until the end of November. And then they said, but Wells isn't taking swings in live at-bats yet.
Right.
The decision is not related to an injury. He's just not ready yet. So we went from, it was a heavy workload off season and we want to tread lightly, and I'm fine with that, to he's not ready yet. And I'm like, well, that sounds like he had an injury he's recovering from. Because and then Wells was asked, and he said, I'm just not ready yet. So that sounds like an agreed upon term. I was hitting higher speed stuff off a machine toward the end of this week, just preparing for the games the week after they start. I'm just taking it slow.
So this does have a 10% spring training. How weird could you be? And what's going on here? But the other side of it is, because the hitting side feels like a no-brainer. Like, hey, we want to take it easy on Wellesley's knees and body, like the catcher thing. We didn't even know if he was going to be a catcher coming up, and now he's playing a full season. And back-to-back years, we've seen rookies just die at the finish line. Wells and Volpe, which the Yankees' motto before that, and Boone had told us this, he's like, well, the young guys will play them. They're young. And it's like, well, maybe the answer's in the middle. Maybe the answer's in the middle. Play them a lot when they're playing good. When they need rest, give them rest. Young, old, in the middle. But yeah, him not hitting, that's weird.
He's
Because
standing.
everyone's hitting.
He's standing in and tracking balls, but he's just not ready to swing at live ABs yet.
Know what hitters love to
But
do?
he's swinging at pitches off the high-speed pitch machine. It's a real weird.
Hitters love to hit.
That just sounds like he's recovering from an injury, and they're in the market for backup catchers. And if the teams that they're trying to get a backup catcher from find out their starting catcher might not be ready, that's where my red tape brain goes. But yeah, it's just question marks all over my brain with this one.
Even if he was just like not swinging, the not ready yet line is what's really weird. Because like we've seen guys like first couple spring at bats, like they have no intention of hitting. They're just tracking. Like that's not that crazy. But
No,
not ready yet is a very odd line from like all parties.
This is funny business. I guess I'm not worried about Wells. He's at camp and he's doing things, which is good. I think the worst tell here is like, okay, Austin Wells ran out of juice last year. Are you expecting him to play more or less this year? And your backup catcher is currently Alex Jackson. So, yeah, I think we have a bit of funny business on our hands, and I guess it's just to what degree? Is it just simply Wells was banged up, is banged up, and like you said, the fact that they agreed on the just not ready yet line feels very much like, here's what's happening. Hey, we need to trade for a catcher. If teams think you're hurt, that's going to screw us. So let's just run this for the next couple of weeks until we get to March 1st.
Yeah, it could be very earnest and just weird, but it's a head scratcher.
So what would
swinging
when you say earnest, and I know you love the movies, but when it comes to earnest, why would someone be hitting off the higher speed machine but not live batting practice?
My guess would be swings and misses hurt, so getting fooled on off speed would hurt if he's got something going on. So that's not earnest. That's them covering something.
Right.
There's no reason that I know, but I don't. I'm not a professional coach or player. Well, and if you are and you're listening, reach out. Why would a guy be ready to take high speed batting practice in the cage and swing at those, but not be ready to swing at live ABs? Because I don't get it.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's nothing. I mean, it could very well be nothing. And hopefully it is nothing. But it's just real.
I mean, I hate to be
Pretty wild and bizarre.
I'm not this guy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, is there something to like, he's not in shape?
Like he showed up not in shape?
I'm throwing shit at the wall. There's no rumors here, but I
don't know.
like, what else would that be? Like
Everything we've learned about Wellesley, as a guy, like that doesn't add up. But I don't know. Bizarre. Just, I don't know. That's kind of it. We'll see where that goes. It's a weird update. I never heard it before.
Not worried about Austin. I mean, okay.
Okay.
Do you mind if I say that?
Okay. Not cool to quote Kanye anymore.
I've got. It's not. I wasn't.
That's
I wasn't.
famous opening lines from him.
I thought I was singing Outcast.
This dude, both songs use that.
Similar.
What the Yankees don't normally do, they did do. They put a date.
Oh yeah, they did March 1st.
So that's another little interesting plot twist to this, which again, it could be smoke and mirrors that March 1st could come around and we get the Booney. Yeah, we wanted March 1st, but now we're starting to look at the 10th, and then it's like, oh, shit. But
Just a little early spring beat up.
the fact they put a date on there, I think it makes sense. And this is no offense to Alex Jackson, former first-round pick. I think the Yankees need another catcher.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
And if Austin Wells is hurt, that takes away their leverage.
That's what I think. But maybe I'm just being crazy. And Trent Grisham got hurt.
But he's okay.
He's fine now.
Running.
Yeah.
Where are we even at with Trent Grisham?
He's fourth outfielder.
Is he going to play? Stan's hurt.
Stands out and Judge DHs.
Well, yeah, if you want to move Belly to right and give Judge DH days. Yeah.
There's an argument that's the best lineup they can do.
The other big topic that I want to get to is our guy, the Martian.
Right.
Jasson. Jason. Dominguez. He has some storylines around him. Once again, referencing Brian Hoke's Hokey Pokey.
Right.
He got a lot of play in that.
Our sources for this are mostly Brian Hoke, Hokey Pokey.
Typically.
Well, he homered from the right side off Rodon. Rodon did a service and gave Belly and Dominguez some cookies. Say, hey, here you go. Get going. He's playing left field. They're talking. There was reports saying he's been out there a lot. He's working with there was a whole slew of coaches.
They said he got there 6 weeks early just to take fly balls.
Yes.
So that's cool. We like that.
Dietrich. Yeah. They said, and they're like, he's a natural. I really am not that worried about him in left field.
Right.
I also do think that him hitting from the right side was oblique injury stuff. And he mentioned that, yeah, I felt like lost from the right side, which he was recovering from an injury. Hits that one out. One guy in the background claps. The rest of the fans don't. I thought that was odd. Let's clap for our kid, They put him in between Judge and Belly. They put his locker in between the two.
MVPs.
Rookie of the years. Judge said, wow, Rook, putting you between two Rookie of the years. I think they said Judge said that to him.
Dominguez is 5'9".
It's also the outfielder, so it can't just be the outfield crew.
Oh, let's get changed. Judge's wiener's in my face.
Yeah.
It stinks.
Oh, he's going to sit down. You just sit down through Dominguez the whole time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're just not going to stand.
Then it's like above you. Like,
Yeah. But no one realizes the
now
difference.
Cody's is in your face.
That's always there. No one realizes the difference. Anyway, I'm getting excited for Dominguez. I also think that they are going to lead him off. That was my next thing.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which goes to the Judge conversation of where's he going to hit and all of that stuff that got brought up. I don't want them to, but it makes a lot of sense.
To start the year.
Boone in one of his interviews was like, I have someone in mind. And then most recently Boone said, Boone said such bullshit. He goes, 7 to 8. He goes, there's like 6, 7 guys you can throw there and you can't make a wrong choice. And it's like, well, Boone, that's not how that's ever worked.
Judge is also willing to bat last this year.
2 quarterbacks means you got no quarterbacks.
Who knows?
Booney, come on, learn football. Congrats on the Eagles.
Congrats on the Eagles.
You don't have 6, 7 guys, Boone. That means you got no one. But he did say I got someone in mind. Maybe they won't. I just think the switch hitter speed. I think if they're come to grips that Volpe's not there and he should be down in the lineup.
They could be talking about Volpe also, though, when Boone says I have someone in mind.
Sure.
Sure.
But you don't get the lefty-righty with Judge.
Right.
Or even flipping Belly and Judge if you were facing a lefty starter and going righty, lefty, righty. But I there's good energy. I like that they put him in between those two guys. It also are his outfield teammates, so that makes sense.
Right.
I like that he homered. I like that he got there really early. And then there was another quote that was like, he's got to earn the job. It's like, fellas.
Yeah.
Don't lie to yourselves.
I'm out on that.
He's your starting left fielder.
Yeah, that made me laugh that they're playing it up because the thing is to win the job there has to be competition. And
Yeah.
there's not. I mean we're we're very much in our Dom Smith era, which, hey, I think Dom Smith's a cool guy, and like if he gets a month or two of some Yankee punch, like okay, that could be nice. But yeah, no, they need Dominguez to go this year, and I wonder, with the Yankees going to the World Series, with Stanton basically having a different schedule for his season, like show up in October, and that's what we need. I guess I would be interested in the Dominguez side of it. If he was in play for leadoff, roll it out there. Let's find out. Like again, I don't like it.
He should lead off in spring because I think he's going to be a candidate for most at bats, and that doesn't necessarily mean
it's kind of what they did with him going to left field, because we talked about it briefly. Like they could have done different stuff there. They could have done Belly in left, Dominguez in center to try to keep him more comfortable and have, as Belly's a little older and veteran, figure out left field. But kind of having Dominguez take left field, the thought process was like, okay, let's do this for 5 years. You figure out left field. We need to be over everything that's gone in left field since Brett Gardner's left. Like, you do this. You're the guy. Here's a good number. Rodon's going to throw you a fastball, hit it as far as you can. The Dominguez stuff is good, and I will say that's my number one Yankee spring training daydream right now is like Dominguez being very good.
I'm there,
but
I'm positive.
At a rookie level, like we're talking
2016 Gary Sanchez.
Well,
over a full season.
Well,
maybe like 50 bombs.
Like I think, and I guess this is where just lineup construction and everything gets interesting. Jackson Merrill, young center fielder for the Padres last year. He finished second in Rookie of the Year. He had a 4.4 B WAR season. His final numbers 292, 326 OBP, but a 500 slugging. So like
that's awesome.
A fantastic Rookie of the Year. He finished second to Paul Skeens, who was going to win that with his 1.96 ERA. That I just think, even like, okay, Jackson Churio, who is another super prospect, had a 3.8 WAR season. His final numbers 275, 327, a 464 slugging. So those are amazing rookie years, and Dominguez can do that. It just starts to get weird because, okay, Dominguez does do that. Like, that's awesome. Like, he's a sick baseball player, and I like that. But both those guys got on at a 326 clip that we're talking about getting on in front of Aaron Judge. That I don't know. We're going to have to do some mental gymnastics this year. And you know what, Judge? The only spot in the lineup Judge didn't mention hitting? Leadoff. Where he's the best leadoff hitter historically?
Yeah, they're not going to do that. They just don't believe in it. Even though other teams do, it's not crazy. It's not a crazy thing. That was what Boone was asked in that question. Like, have you thought about leadoff? And he was like, I talked about it, but second, third is where like. And then they asked Judge, and this is getting interpreted wrong. Boone, I just called you Boone, Beebs. Beebs, do we have the audio of this Judge interview?
I have 2 clips from the interview ready. I don't know which one.
When he talks about the lineup. Judge, when they ask him.
The lineup's going to shake out in the past. Last year you hit third behind Juan. In the past you've hit second. Have you talked to Aaron about where you're going to hit this coming year, or do you have any preference for where you might be this year?
Yeah, I'd love to hit third again. I've told him that since the first day, but
Can
I've
you
always
pause
been
that?
about wherever you.
So when he says I've told him that since the first day, he's talking about 2018.
Yeah.
Some people think it's new. Judge has been asking to hit third his whole. We knew that. Well, there was one season, I think 2021, where they switched Stanton and Judge a little bit because Stanton said he likes hitting 2, and Judge had said he always likes hitting 3. So he's going to hit 2 unless they find a leadoff hitter that, against a lefty and they want to go right, left, right or something, but can't hit 3. The way the lineup currently is, you can't put 2 guys in front of him. We're struggling to find one guy worthy of getting more at-bats than Judge. And Judge knows that. He's been asking, he likes 3.
Yeah, the only thing I go back to, and they are the outlier, is the 2019 Nationals that they went Trey Turner, really good, and Adam Eaton as like setup for Rendon and Soto. Like that was the last lineup that was kind of old school.
Yep.
And I'll say this, it did feel cool. Like if Turner, it felt like what we grew up watching baseball. If Turner or Eaton did something, you were like, oh, they're about to have a big inning. Like their guys are up and they got 2 runners on, or their guys are up and they got runners on second and third, where the Yankees, well, the tough Yankee teams to watch kind of had to reverse engineer that. It was like, okay, they're going to walk Judge and Stanton. They're going to walk Soto and Judge. And now we need anyone to get a hit. That, I don't know. It's going to be a running topic through the season because there isn't a right answer. I think I'm starting to buy some Jazz stock at the top of the lineup. He pimped a home run the other day.
He's going to win the Silver
Spring
Slugger.
training. He's going to win the Silver Slugger.
It's not even spring training. It's just live ABs.
Yeah, right. That he, like for me, Jazz.
So can I just
Jazz has a pedigree.
Turner and Eaton in 2019. In the second half, Trey Turner had a 360 on base, and Eaton had a 360 on base. So when they pivoted to that towards the end of that season, like, yeah, Yankees don't have that.
Well, I mean, like, what's a good Cody Bellinger on base season? 2023, he was 356. So, like, Belly has potential to do that. And then, yeah. But they don't view Belly as a leadoff guy. And we've looked at I think he was low in pitches seen. So it looks like he gets his work done early because he does have a contact bat. So, yeah, I mean, hey,
they don't have.
There's a reason we've been talking about it. Booney's going to be so worn out. The lineup questions are going to kill him this year.
Well, yeah, he'd love a leadoff guy.
Right. They don't have one.
Just not there.
I mean,
7 guys.
We're talking about Dominguez.
7 guys. Yeah, I just, like you were saying in your
Dominguez could have a 300 on base percentage this year, and it could be like a good rookie season for him.
Yeah. I was saying Dominguez, I'm just high on him right now.
Sure.
Same with you, what you were saying. Like,
yeah.
We're fever dreaming,
he's my
spring training.
Favorite, most realistic daydream.
Yeah. Do you know what Judge's on base percentage was last year?
I'd almost like Dominguez more protecting Judge.
Do you know what his on base percentage was last year?
Dominguez?
Yeah.
I mean, small.
No. Judge.
Oh, Judge was like 460?
458.
Wow.
Sorry, I was wrong, guys.
Third highest was
here comes Judge in the locker room.
Third highest was Glaber with 330. What was Glaber's leadoff second half? Or what was his on-base second half when he solidified himself
Since the benching
as the leadoff guy? It was 361.
That's good.
Yeah, so someone's got to step up. All right. There's all this old ton of bullpen stuff. We'll be right back to discuss it.
Who's scoring big this NBA season? You are, with all new ways to get in on the action with our partners at the DraftKings Sportsbook. Right now, all new customers who bet just $5 will get $150 in bonus bets instantly when you use code YANKS. From monster slams, dishing the rock, cleaning the glass, get behind your favorite players, and prop bets you can make at DraftKings, the home of NBA player props. So download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. New customers, use code YANKS. Bet just $5 on any wager and get $150 in bonus bets instantly. That's code YANKS only at DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours.
A lot of relievers, Jake, on the 40-man now. Like, have you heard of Brent Hedrick?
No.
Hedrick? Hedrick?
he.
Hedrick?
I get a he vibe off that
Does he
name.
have Twins connections?
They got him from the Twins off waivers.
There you go.
Yeah. Hedrick. Well, he's a lefty, and he's got a mustache. You know who's been getting love? I saw maybe it was Hoker's, another beat reporter giving him love. Yerry De Los Santos was getting love. Like, oh, they really like this guy. He's been with the Yankees. He was in their minor league system last year. They got him from the Pirates in one of those trades.
It was 2 off seasons ago. That was like their essentially first move of the off season. And it ended up not playing a role last year.
Doesn't he have like 100-mile-per-hour sinker that we're like, okay, Matt Blake's got you.
Then they picked up left-handed reliever Rob Zastrinsky. Rob Zastrizny. Rob Zastrizny. That's crazy. Last 4 letters of his name are YZNY. He's Canadian and went to Calallen High School in Texas. So just born in Canada.
Another lefty. Looks like we're going to have a lefty duel.
Yes. Well, we realized when I was looking at the minor league relievers, they had no lefty relievers in the minors either. So at least they can like put some of these guys down there. And then the other news was they announced that Clayton Beeter is a reliever now, which my interpretation of this, we were talking before the show, is that means like he's likely to start in the bullpen in the bigs, likely, or get called up quickly. Because otherwise you would just have him continue to be a starter in the minors and keep him built up. We were trying to name, and we need your guys' help, relievers who get called up from the bullpen. We came up with 2, or maybe 3. Ron Marinaccio, and he had a career as a reliever. And the other was Weissert.
Having a career.
But when he got called up, it wasn't like, oh, big, like he's come to like get big innings. He's come to be part of this. Usually it's a starter that goes to the bullpen. And also, the way they've done this with King and Clark and other guys that you come up, you have get some run in the bullpen and then become a starter again. Sevy, he did that as well. Like, it's also a different path the Yankees like of recent.
Yeah, I think I'm interested to see if that becomes more of a path around baseball because, you know, one of the only Tommy John facts we have, and you guys know I have a very close relationship with one of the famous Tommy John doctors. I won't reveal who it is, but
Alatrash.
That nope. No. Is that like the muscle doesn't fully develop until you're 27, 28? That maybe there is more of a path to, like, it used to be sinful to do bullpen to starting pitcher, but if you can get your MLB innings that way, and like, look at the Mike King transition, like teams are going to figure out how to bottle up that, but he was also a starter throughout his minor league experience. I guess for me, I'm not, Beater's supposed to have the kind of slider you're looking for in the bullpen. I know you brought up a video before, and it looked like it was a straight down slider instead of like a cross. But I guess for me, I'm not as juiced up because he does have an injury history. Like for me, this is if the Yankees didn't have the starting pitching that they had last year, I think we'd be viewing this in like a similar light to Johnny Laza and that. Like I think he hit his injury limit, and they're kind of like, you're gonna have to be a reliever.
I disagree. I trust Matt Blake. So when Matt Blake comes out and says, no, we like the way his fastball and slider plays, and we decided at the end of last year that it's going to play up in the bullpen, I think that they want him out there. I don't think, oh, he's going to be back-end guy. I just think right now you got Brubaker and Stroman on the 26-man, and you're not going to have 6 starters. And if Brubaker is your safety starter, you're not going to put him in the bullpen. So there's still room in the I have Brubaker and Stroman. I don't have both of them breaking camp with the team.
Right, but
in the bullpen. So there's available spots. All the guys we just mentioned could be there. But why would they announce this and like gas him up? And I like Matt Blake.
I guess
what he says and he sees goes.
I just have the injury stuff in my head, and I think, we'll see how those other. I mean, Stroman. We'll see how the rest of that sorts out. But like, even if Beater has options, so if we're talking breaking camp, like Tyler Matzik, your guys Strinzy,
Yeah, I don't know if he'll break camp, but I think
shuttle.
I'm excited to see
firmly
Beater in
that
the bullpen. It's just something to note too that I think you do this, you get him some big league time.
And start training guys for the bullpen. Other teams do this.
True. I wonder how many. There were a lot of innings last year. No, in 2023 threw a lot of innings.
Yeah. Last year, some shoulder stuff kept them out.
Clayton Beater. C-Beat. This is Instagram. C-Beat. He hunts. A lot of dead animals on his Instagram.
Of course.
Clayton Beater.
Clayton Beater hunts.
Hey, the Yankees will want to use him this year. Because, again, that was their Joey Gallo transaction.
White Sox minor leaguer.
So
That's sad.
Joey Gallo. I have, it's kind of the topics.
Right.
But I asked the audience to ask us some questions.
right.
And I pulled some.
What do you got?
This is one that I also had a conversation with someone in person at the warehouse. Something. Does Ben Rice, this is from Tom Morris, ask TY, does Ben Rice make the roster as their second catcher? My answer to this has been no, because they need a righty. Because if Wells is your starting catcher as a lefty, the backup catcher is going to be a righty bat to platoon. Right?
Yeah, I mean, you need to be a good baseball player.
And
Like that trumps that a little bit. but-
such a stashed position that I don't think they're going to stash Rice there.
I mean, I love that he reported with the pitchers and catchers, and he was catching guys. Like, that's good.
Got to do that, yeah.
And like the quotes Boone had early when kind of asked about it, his quotes were like, and we like for him to keep first base tool available or whatever exactly he said. He made it sound like the focus is catch.
I don't know. Let's say the Wells
question I heard.
the Wells deal is funny business. Is the opening day catcher Ben Rice as of now, or Alex? Are you Ben Rice or Alex Jackson?
Yeah, if that's the platoon. I think he should stay catching, but I don't think that that's going to be the tandem because I don't think they're
They're gonna bring in help.
stash Rice. Okay, Mike.
Ben Rice across AA and AAA last year, which the year before he crushed low A, high A, and AA. The numbers are really good, man. In 79 games last year, AA and AAA, 273, a 400 on base, and a 968 OPS. The year before that, the low A, A plus, AA, 324, 434, 1.048 OPS. Like, these are
Yeah, he needs to see more big league breaking balls.
big league breaking balls.
If he's a catcher and hits like that, they're going to trade him.
Maybe a little more beef.
Maybe not.
I think he did beef up this offseason.
he's
I
cute.
saw a quote about that.
This was another roster question that we can do. We've talked about it a little bit. Mike Celentano, what role opportunities realistically do you see for Oswaldo Cabrera this year? I think he's the majority third baseman right now, as a lefty hitter facing righties, and DJ's going to get the lefty pitchers as I think they're a platoon with Oswaldo getting majority of the starts as of right now.
Yeah, I mean the early spring training injury winners seem to be Ben Rice, and I mean it's supposed to be Oswaldo, probably in more of a rotational role in our head, but yeah, I mean who unless we start hearing Peraza quotes at some point, but yeah, the Yankees appreciate Oswaldo, but we did it on this show that they're so scared to give him the keys to anything.
I wonder.
Remember? Like, he was our best starter at 3 potential positions last year in the postseason, but Boone didn't want to lose him off the bench, which was like, come on, pa.
That didn't make sense.
That didn't make sense. You can still move him.
Yeah.
Don't sub him out and you can move him.
He can play the other position after that.
There was a weird Verdugo thing going on.
Sure was. Weird Verdugo, weird Kleber.
I think they chose Verdugo over Dominguez for defensive reasons. Fine. And then they just had to ride Verdugo out. because they could have moved Jazz or Oswaldo Cabrera to left field and got Verdugo's bat out of the lineup and done other stuff, but they were kind of stuck, it felt like. I don't know. Verdugo did make some nice plays in the postseason, but his bat
especially
was
early.
empty. No one's picked him up.
Yeah, could come back.
Could come back.
Stan's hurt.
No, there's no way. He's coming. No way. Didn't he say? Didn't he shit talk him, Verdugo?
I don't know.
Might have been fake quotes. I might have been got. Where Jazz has been hyping up the Yankees, saying like, they said Jazz said Yankees don't restrict you at all personality wise. There's 2 rules: shave and you can't wear earrings. Because other than that, they never told me anything. They said that let me wear arm sleeves, let me dye my hair, let me do whatever I want. He's like, it's the most. He was like, I was more free than Marlins didn't care like how I act, which is what they said when they traded for him and what Judge and Cole said right away. It was good to hear that because everyone just sees the facial hair policy and just thinks like it's brutal.
Not allowed to express themselves ever in any way.
Related
Related to the Oswaldo question, there's some sad DJ quotes that just came out if you're interested.
Okay.
Highly interested.
DJ LeMahieu said, I've definitely lost a lot of sleep. It's tough to be a guy the team can't rely on at times. He also talked about the third base battle, said, I'm not really too concerned with where I'm playing or how much I'm playing at this point. I got enough on my plate to make sure I'm ready to help the team. So however it shakes out, it is what it is. He said the metrics at the Yankees complex are showing he can be his old self for the most part.
Whoa.
And the next quote.
Where are you reading this? I got to read this for myself. That's so.
Gary Phillips says these quotes.
Oh my goodness.
But then on the metrics, the metrics are fairly similar, especially on defense, so not the hitting.
What?
Yeah. Yeah. DJ's gonna be a thing.
Wait. Those are some of the least confident quotes.
DJ LeMahieu took 2 months off from swinging this offseason to reset his body. It's the longest he's gone without swinging he can remember.
That makes sense. He's always got a hockey stick or a baseball bat in his hand. Okay, I got to read some of these quotes, man. That's so sad. For the majority of my career, I would pretty much play unless my leg was cut off. That was my mindset. I didn't go in the training room. I just strapped it on every day and played.
Actually makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I definitely lost a lot of sleep. It's tough to be a guy that the team can't rely on. And then DJ LeMahieu on if he thinks people are doubting him. I'm sure, but that's fine. Plenty of times in my career, people haven't always been the most confident in me. I would obviously use that as motivation, but at the same time, I got enough to worry about.
I don't love that last part. Normally that quote just starts off like, oh, you know what? I can use that as motivation. I'm going to do me. I got enough to worry about. Like, you don't need that in there.
I mean, yeah, he's got to worry about it himself. And then he said, I'm not really too concerned with where I'm playing or how much I'm playing at this point. I got enough on my plate to make sure I'm ready to help this team. Sounds like he thinks he's got a ways to go. He said metrics at the Yankees complex are showing he can be his old self for the most part.
Yeah.
The metrics are fairly similar, especially on defense. What's going on?
DJ's doubting himself.
He's asking to show the metrics, and the metrics are showing that he can be his old self for the most part, and they're fairly similar on defense.
Yeah.
Shit, man.
Yeah.
I feel bad for his mental headspace right now.
I don't trust the Yankees to handle this well.
Yeah, either they're going to gas him up.
Yes.
Or they're, not going to tell him what he needs to work on.
Correct.
Weird. I mean, IKF came to them and said, hey, I don't feel like I'm playing well. Can you help me? And they were like, nah, dog, you're good.
Just keep doing it.
Just keep doing it. Weird. That's sad. Those are sad DJ quotes.
Sad.
I'd rather him come out confident.
I'd love for us to be able to
And be like,
laugh
hey,
about,
I
wow.
love that he believes. I wish I can get there too. Maybe this is just like,
Honest DJ. That's who he is.
Did you see all the intros of everyone walking in for the first time to the complex, and they all say hi, like Oswaldo, Jazz, Judge, and DJ walks in, and it's just 3 head nods, but no spoken words.
Right.
And I was like, I love that.
Yeah.
That's DJ. I want to love this guy again.
I just felt bad for his old trainers. Like, Booney or someone being like, hey, you go check on DJ. I think he's got something going on. DJ just,
Nah.
no. You guys make the bad stuff happen, so I'm not talking to you.
Yeah,
I don't talk to anyone.
Trying to play through everything. Jeter was like that too.
You appreciate it, but hey, maybe it's just honest, right?
It's just honest.
That's what we look for.
Okay, here's a question from Ant Nation. Now that Rizzo and Soto are gone, who will be Judge's new best friend? Does it revert back to Stanton? I don't think him and Stanton were ever best friends. They were pals. Who knows?
Yeah, there's the whole idolizing thing, and then they're kind of good. They had that nice moment when Judge broke the home run record, like we're both alphas and no one's in our world, but G does his own thing.
Yeah, I think
They like each other
Well, I think
plenty,
they
but-
like each other. There's no rivalry or adversaries there. But him and Rizzo were like buds.
There was some fan fiction for
Him
a
and,
little
him
bit.
and Rizzo were buds.
And Rizzo's still butts.
Him and Wader were buds.
That might be the next update. It might be Rizzo special assistant to the Yankees. Or Rizzo can come in and DH. That's probably what Judge is telling them. Why'd your eye just do that?
Verdugo, Rizzo, you got them all coming back.
And these guys got him to the World Series last year. You don't want to go back to the World
Judge
Series.
and Rizzo's dogs are dating, I think.
Mating. That's strictly mating. That's business.
Breeding, I think they call that in the dog world.
When they're not breeding.
Oh.
Yeah. They're being pretty safe.
Okay. Good.
They're mating. Belly, Goldie.
Goldie.
One of those.
Could see the belly thing. Hey, we're tagging up on.
Before Rizzo, who was Judge's guy?
I think Wade, right?
Yeah. Was there like, did he have someone? Like him and Rizzo were like best friends.
Right.
It's kind of like jarring. I was trying to think if he ever had a guy he was always with. Wade?
I think Wade's the closest to that.
Yeah.
I mean, Rizzo was sneaky here for a while.
2021 he came over?
Yeah.
4 seasons.
That's forking nuts. The good place.
Last question. Which of the many retired greats invited to the camp will have the most meaningful impact on the team? I personally, says James Garati? I personally think Clemens could light a rocket under the pitching staff's collective boredom.
See what happened there.
They have invited to camp Jorge Posada, Mike Messina, Bucky Dent, Joe Torre, CeCe Sabathia, Alfonso Soriano, Tino Martinez, Roger Clemens, Willie Randolph, Ron Guidry. Ron Guidry has taken who? Who did Ron Guidry took someone? Max Fried. Ron Guidry has taken Max Fried under his wing. So that's the first we've.
That was my favorite picture from spring training. It was Guidry, Sabathia, and Pettit with Max Fried. And I was like, that's cool. I think that picture was posted by Brian Hoke, who does the Hokey Pokey. Source this entire rep.
For years, Atlanta Braves pitching coach Rick Kranitz,
Yeah.
one of the people closest to Fried in baseball, had told him the pitcher he reminded him the most of was New York Yankees legend Ron Guidry, a borderline Hall of Famer and
Not
a fellow
noted.
lefty.
Not noted in that article. Max Fried just said, "Okay, thanks."
Cool.
Thanks,
cool.
Rick.
Cool, Rick. Now they're
Get a
hanging out
picture of
together.
Rick Kranitz on the screen, BBD.
This is an article from Brendan Cuddy
Oh,
of The Athletic, which is owned by the New York Times now.
that's the picture I like. Dono's in there too.
Look at
Mike
Garrett.
Harkey.
Look at Garrett. Come on.
Garrett Cole in the middle of all these historic lefties, leading with his left arm. Dono's in the mix.
Cole's teaching the old guys what's better.
Dono's got a hand on face.
Now we do this.
How many times did CC give Pettit the shut the fuck up eyes?
This is Guidry just turned around and was like, "Oh, I'm here to teach you, kid. I'm not gonna listen to this lesson."
Yeah,
Guidry's out.
Oh, Cole's doing this. Okay.
So anyway, Freed did say in this article by Cuddy, "I'm looking forward to all types of conversations, whether it's about pitching in New York or pitching in general. Every amount of knowledge that's useful and he's willing to give me, I'm open to hearing." I do think it is very cool that they get all these guys together, and that is a good crew. So I'm hoping, I won't use this answer because it's already been out, that Guidry is helping them. I mean, who's our pitching staff? What's a bad combo? Like Clemens, right?
Clemens and Clark.
Clemens and Messina are basically good and bad, devil and angel on your shoulder for like intensity and like
Right.
Messina didn't want to pitch inside for the longest time because he didn't want to hit guys. Clemens threw at guys all the time. I own the inside. And then you got a guy like Cole, and he has a little bit of both. Like we will pitch inside, but also
He's the thinker and the
then like
stinker.
Rodon. Like I would rather Rodon go more towards Messina
Right.
and like be the more of the thinking man's because he's got the balls, Rodon. Like, and he has that style that he wants to emulate. We saw that game one of the postseason. He's straight yelling and screaming. A little more of that calm. Who were the I just named some names on that article by Martino. Posada.
Posada.
I'd love everyone to learn from Posada.
Yeah.
Wanted to be a Posada.
Posada.
Alfonso Soriano's there, huh?
He's getting more in the mix.
Well, Dominguez needs someone.
He likes showing off how big he is.
Not a lot of like Latin guys. Posada, Puerto Rico, right? And Alfonso Soriano. How many Spanish-speaking position players do we have? One? Two. Cabrera and
Dominguez,
Dominguez.
Cabrera, and currently Peraza on the roster.
Yeah.
They'll get along.
Rice.
See?
Yeah. I think Wells has some Dominican in him.
Eros.
And that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm just saying, you want someone you can get down, really understand.
Fernando Cruz has been taking all these young guys under his wing.
I'm excited to see Fernando Cruz. When's the first game? 2 days? 21st, I thought?
I believe Friday, which would
Is
be
it
3 days
televised?
from now? Whenever that first game is, I think we did look into it, and it is televised this Friday, Tampa, 1 p.m. on the Yes Network.
Oh,
Nice.
I don't know if I'll be able to watch fully, but that's exciting. No one's going to play anyway. Show me some guys.
Show me some guys.
All right. That's all. Thanks for the questions, James, Tom, Mike, and Anthony.
Okay. This just crossed my mind.
Okay.
And
Crossed my
you
mind.
said
That
a
crossed
name.
your mind. I think that.
Who, have we gotten any Volpe updates?
No.
Okay.
There's a picture of him, and someone posted it on Twitter, Reddit, and said, "Does he look jacked?" Which is my fear.
Right.
Not just Volpe in general, but like when middle infielders come looking yoked. Pena
Right.
did that and then had to like slim back down. It's like a wiry position, not a bulky position.
Athletic.
Yeah.
Benintendi, the big one.
Benintendi did that, and he's like more bat to ball, doubles, gap, speed guy. And the Red Sox told him, fucking don't do it. And he came,
He did it.
and then all of his metrics went down.
Yeah, I guess maybe next week is Volpe week. Because if you go down the board, like,
I think it's nothing there until he. That's how it should be, right? There should
next
be-
week is Volpe Oswaldo week, the left side of the Yankees.
Okay.
Just trying to get in
We'll hear something.
trying to
I
get in the
mean,
beat reporters' heads.
Goldie, Belly still haven't been much. Like I haven't seen,
Yeah.
I haven't read quotes from them or seen articles featured on their like thoughts and stuff yet.
I've seen like a
True.
video each. That's been like it.
Yeah.
Max Fried profile.
Oh, here, Guidry said, I'm not going to preach pitching to him. I just told him the first time I met him, I'm here for 6 weeks. If you have questions and you want to talk about something, don't hesitate to come find me if you want to talk. It's kind of funny. Don't waste my time, kid. You want to pick my brain? Pick my brain. I'm not coming to you. That's actually probably better because like guys don't want guys to come, you know. But that's fun. All right. Go Yanks. They're going to be the best. Tell them, Grams.
Go Yankees.